Hello everybody and welcome to Realistic Realtors with Superior Coaching School. I'm Nick, this is Bill, this is Volume 9 of our Success Planning, and today we are talking about client care. Now, we are all about action because we want to put you guys into steps that can build your business right away. And so we're all about keeping it real. And so Bill, let's keep it real. How do we appreciate our clients?
Well, the most important thing we have to realize, guys, it takes months to find a client, and you can lose a client in seconds. That's one of the most important things that I think people in sales don't realize. And a lot of times we get a client, we serve that client, and we forget about that client. That's something else that we cannot do. We have to appreciate our clients. So many people forget about them after the fact, after that deal is closed, Nick, and it's so important not to forget about your client after the fact.
And if we appreciate our clients, right, what can they become? They can become our best recruiters, right? Our best referrers.
And a lifetime client.
Exactly. So if we have somebody that's going to refer us repeat business over and over again, I mean, think about how valuable that can be for your business. A lot of realtors run their businesses completely referral based and do it very, very well. So let's talk about today a couple ways that we can appreciate our clients. Bill, give us a great example.
After selling real estate for about 14 years, about 6 years in, I started having a client care party. Every year I would have people over my house, and it was just past clients, which half turned into friends. And after a while, I got it catered. They all got a present, okay? They felt spoiled. They would come, and I actually had a chef making dinner. I had a wait staff. I had a bartender, and it was a lot of money to do it, okay? But it was so important because I reconnected with that client. So when you sell real estate, all of a sudden you have 50 or 100 clients. I have, over 1,000. You can't take everyone out to lunch. You'll spend your whole year just trying to reconnect with your clients face to face, one lunch at a time.
And it might not just be your clients, right? Because at these parties, we use the word client kind of loosely, right? I think sometimes what we really are talking about is high-value people, people that know a lot of people, people in your sphere, in your network that we know have a lot of connections. Those are the people that you want to invite. Obviously, past clients, people you've sold homes to, you want to invite to these parties. But if you're throwing a party, invite the neighbors, invite your friends, people that know a lot of people, right?
Sure, and without a doubt, not only you want affiliate programs there, right? You want your mortgage there, your lender there. You want your home warranty person there. You want your, State Farm guy there, right? Because you're going to give value back to the people in the room. I've been there before. Where I had my insurance guy, then all of a sudden, he's servicing clients there because he saved them money, and they got excited about it.
And that looks really good for you, doesn't it, right?
Sure. Hey, listen, I had my cleaning crew there. I had my granite guy, my painter there, because over the years we become friends, but I know their services could be really valuable to my clients. So it's a different touch of the client care. It's just not throwing the party, eating, drinking, right? We're also going to bring the people that get stuff done for my clients, and they can meet more clients.
And how important is that? Because think about this, guys. We've said it over and over. The best way to receive a referral is to give a referral. So if you have your vendors that you partner with already at your party and you're helping promote them and give them business, they're going to invite you to their appreciation parties and they're going to give you business. And now when people ask them, hey, who do you use as a realtor? They're going to tell them you.
That is a great point, because if I have 50 people over my house and if 5 of them have a party or even more, I get invited. So I am all of a sudden meeting a bunch of people in their neighborhood, and they're like, how do you know Bob? I sold Bob's house. Oh, you're the realtor that found this house. We love this house. We're thinking about moving. All of a sudden, like you said, it's payback. It's just, the circle of life goes around.
Rule of reciprocity, right? You got it. What comes around goes around. And so if you are constantly promoting your business, the businesses of your clients as well, I think that's another part of it. It's not just your vendors, but if you have a client that does
Well, Nick, tell your story about the fireman and the cupcakes. It's a great story.
Yes, it's a great example. So we promote all sort of local businesses, and I'm a big foodie, and so we have a blog and a digital magazine here in Charlotte. And so what we do is we basically go out and promote a lot of small businesses. And there was a new bakery that was opening, knew the owner, and I said, hey, we partner with a lot of heroes in our area, firefighters, police officers, doctors, and everything, that nature. And I said, well, if you'd be willing to donate, right, a couple dozen donuts, cupcakes, what have you, we'll take them around. We'll get our agents to go out there. So we got some of the agents on our team to go out and promote this and bring some just positivity to some heroes in our community. And it was sponsored by our team, by the bakery. And wouldn't you know, it was completely free. We got great advertising for it, because think about this. That's amazing content for social media.
Sure.
Right? I mean, you post something like that, doesn't that get the warm and fuzzy going,
And who is going to be that baker's realtor one day? It'll be Nick.
Of course. And you know what? Funny enough, he actually has his license.
Oh.
And so that's a good, it's a great connection I just made there. And now when he's going to those conventions, and because of my generosity and our generosity, right, our team and everything, not only was it great outreach to the community, but that's a memory that they won't forget.
And another way, besides a big party, client care, right? There's plenty of realtors out there that will give a Christmas gift every year, and they'll spend the money. It'll be a Christmas basket, okay? Just to remember me, give something of value. I know a realtor that probably spends $50 on a Christmas basket, and they probably have 100 clients, and it takes them all week to hand this out, but they feel really good about it. Now, you think that one agent spends about $5,000 on baskets? You don't think they get that tenfold in business in the future? Of course they do. Okay, now we're talking business. Let's get back to direct client care too. I remember I had season tickets to the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, I hardly went to any of the games because I kept giving them to my clients, and they appreciated it. Because I'm like, hey, listen, here's the season schedule. I have a few games left. Do you want either of these? There's another example of client care. Okay. Let's take it a step further, Nick. We're looking at the slide right here. How about for out-of-state buyers, Nick? Okay. What can you do for a buyer that's out-of-state for client care?
Well, you got to think of it. I always say you got to think from the perspective of the buyer, right? They're coming into a new state, new laws, new roads, new places, unfamiliar faces. They don't know what's, a lot about the area, and a lot of that comes back to, well, what utilities do I call to set up my utilities? Who do I call for cable? What's a good grocery store nearby? Best nearby restaurants that I'll want to eat at. Give me the lowdown of what's going on in the area. So that's part of especially with out-of-state buyers, you might want to set them up on a welcome packet. Now we do that for all of our clients. We have a lot of this on our website where you have all the local information of every single utility. And local government pages, local schools, anything that they could possibly need to know about the area, we have it all online. And what you can do is you can have a welcome packet pre-made sent to each of your clients. And I think the best way to do that, make a video. Say, hey, this is Nick and Bill, and we welcome you to moving into this into the beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina area. We, here are a couple places you might want to check out. Here's some things that you'll need to do and set up. To make this move smooth. Yep. And then that just makes them feel so much more comfortable getting settled in.
So Nick and I, our real estate team, we'll send an out-of-state buyer a breakdown of a list, and it'll be like Nick said, utility companies, phone companies, gas companies, the local schools, and how about where to eat. And then what's a cool thing to do? If they're out of state and they're moving in, they came into town, they found a house, you got them a contract, they're moving in, and you obviously know when closing is, right? So give them some kind of gift at closing, and if you know they're moving in that day, find out when they're moving in, show up with about 3 large pizzas, okay? That's client care they'll never forget.
Yeah.
Because when they're moving in the house, they don't have time for food, they're busy, they don't know who to call. You show up with 3 pizzas, everyone's going to love you.
Yeah.
The owner's going to love you, the mover's going to love you. So there's just another small example, a small investment that you can take care of your clients, and it'll pay tenfold moving forward.
Yeah, and I think as we kind of move along, I think really understanding what the pain points are for your clients. You know, if you're moving out of state, the pain points, like you said, is they got a lot of stuff they got to move. They're getting
Sure.
used to a new situation. So really what you're doing is communicating. And so we have here some very important customer service skills that we think are just so paramount to, as a realtor. What, you know, you have to kind of take on a different mold. You have to be like Play-Doh every single day, kind of taking on a different job description, right?
Well, we're psychiatrists. I mean, really it comes down to buying a home or selling a home is very stressful, Nick, right? So we have to be great listeners. We got to have clear communication. They are relying on our expertise to take them through the process and make them feel comfortable, right? Which obviously, Nick, if we're going to be a good communicator, clear communication, we got to have good listening skills.
Yeah, and you mentioned psychiatrists. You know, there's some tough situations. We all know real estate can be tough, and I really think that self-control is a very underrated skill that we as realtors are developing. And you guys know out there, I mean, there's plenty of us out there who've been through terrible situations. We've had some pretty...
I need to practice self-control a lot more. Okay.
We all do. I mean, it's something we got to practice every day, right?
Yeah.
It's something that you can't, it doesn't just, you know, you don't just have it.
No.
It's something that's practiced, right? And so when you're in those situations, learning to just take a deep breath and realize today will be, or tomorrow will be a better day. I always say that, you know, there's some days in real estate, we've all had them. You know, guys, comment some of your stories below. But we've all had those stories, those days where it's, man, it's just one of those days in real estate. And what you got to do is you got to realize that you got to keep a positive attitude. You got to stay calm. You got to realize that tomorrow will be a better day. That's how it is in real estate.
And the last thing I'd like to point out, so I'm talking about client care, Nick, is we brought up clear communication. No matter how busy you are, your phone rings and you see your client is calling you, pick it up. Even if you're at a soccer game, just say, hey, Tom, listen, I see that you called me. I don't want to miss your call, but I am at the last 10 minutes of my kid's soccer game. Could we put this conversation off for like 10 minutes? That goes much further than just not answering that call. Then you get involved in the soccer game. You go out to lunch, and then it's 2 hours later, you look at your phone. It's like, my God, I forgot to call him back. So try to pick up your phone as much as you can. The more you pick up that phone and say hi to that client, they're going to feel, you know, that you care about them, that you're a priority. And that's really important.
And I want to bring this up too. Sense of humor, I think, is so key. And this is something that, you know, for those of you out there who maybe are a little bit drier and you just you know, more steady, even keel, you got to have a sense of humor, even in the worst scenarios. It's almost like, you know, like smelling blood in the water, like these sharks, right? That's almost what your clients are. They can smell it in you. If you start to have a little bit, you get a little bit nervous on the transaction, if you have any quivering of fear, like, you know, something's going wrong, they'll pick it up. And so you got to stay calm and you got to laugh about it. Just make a joke of it and say, we're going to figure this out.
Absolutely.
Right?
Nick, I have a great example for that. So I have a realtor, a good friend. She's an awesome person. Her name is Kathy. And she's very timid, very quiet. And I was like, listen, you're a really good realtor behind the scenes, but when you're with that client, you don't have the personality to be in sales.
Take on a new persona. Right?
I said, you're Candace when you go out with your client. Leave Kathy in the car. Pretend it's an acting class, acting 101, and just enjoy it. Like, you know, when I saw her, she'd be like, hi, we're going to go look at a house today. No. Say, Tom, Mary, great to see you. We haven't seen you. How's Indianapolis? Hey, listen, we got this first house. You guys are going to love it. Mary might not love the kitchen so much, but you're going to love the backyard. It has a pool. Come on in. Let's go inside. That's Candace, and that's what we want to see.
And that is what will connect you with your clients. It'll make you memorable, too. I think that's so key. You got to be memorable. Because you know what? If they meet you, a lot of people don't realize these clients out here, these leads, they talk to a lot of realtors. We all like to think these are ours, right? But they're not. And so let's just review a little bit, right? We got to take on a lot of different burden and responsibility as a realtor. But that means we got to be like Play-Doh. I think we got to be flexible with how we manage and comfort and take care of our clients. But I think a couple of different ways, as we brought up, throwing a client appreciation party, giving out awesome gifts, right? Giving referrals and partnering with your vendors and making sure to give back and inviting them to be a part of your network and your sphere. I think these are all great ways to really connect.
And the other side is clear communication, be a great listener, and be there to provide them for services also.
Yeah, and so you know what? This week we have Lucy Park.
She's awesome.
She's she's so, I love the way you say that, because that is what she's just an awesome human being.
Smiles ear to ear all the time.
Great realtor.
Yep.
And like you said, smiles ear to ear. She has a smile that you can see through the phone, right? While you're on the phone with her. And so that's, she's going to be a great example. You guys are going to get so much awesome content and seeing how she handles and takes care of her clients. So we look forward to having you guys hear her interview, and we'll see you on the next video.
See us next week.